Hello out there, and today I wanted to do a question that has a little bit of a green theme in honor of St. Patrick's Day. There's not a lot of green on the in the official guide, but here it is. So this is question number 5 from page 858 in the official guide. Definitely want to have the official guide if you're preparing for this test. It is the go-to book. And the question reads: a complete cycle of a traffic light takes 80 seconds. During each cycle, the light is green for 40 seconds, yellow for 10 seconds, and red for 30 seconds. What is the probability that the light will not be red? And you'll note in the book that they don't even call it yellow, they call it amber, because they will take any opportunity to try to make things sound a little bit more complicated than they actually are. But if we look at this question, it's not the hardest question in the world. It's only a number 5, and so it shouldn't be that difficult. But I did want to take a second to use it to talk about what probability is all about on this test. And the best way to think about probability on this test is as a fraction. On the bottom of the fraction goes the total number of possible outcomes, and on the top goes the number of outcomes you want, or the number that meet the criteria. And so if you always think about probability as a fraction, then you can sort of set yourself up to say, well, let me find one part of the fraction, then let me find the other part of the fraction, and then you'll be done. Usually the bottom is easier. So in this case, there's, everything adds up to 80 if we take the yellow and the green and the red. So 80 goes on the bottom. And then on the top, we have to take a second and make sure that we have what we want. We want the not red. So the not red is going to be the green, which is 40, plus the yellow, which is 10. So at the end of the day, our fraction is 50 over 80, which reduces down to 5/8, which is answer choice B, the correct answer. So again, not the most complicated question in the world. It is only a number 5, but I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about probability. They can make things, they can sort of layer in more aspects to a question, but it always comes down to this fraction here. The total number of outcomes on the bottom and the total number of outcomes you want on the top. As always, it's a good idea to stop even after you're done with the question and ask yourself, what could I have done if I was stumped? And probability questions can be great opportunities to do some estimation. It's often easy to tell whether we're looking at more than half or less than half. And in this case, since we want not red, it's clearly more than half, because red itself is only 30. So if we want more than half, what can we do? Well, we can get rid of C, D, and E right off the bat. C is 1/2, and D and E are less than 1/2. So again, you always want to sort of build up that plan B toolkit, because even on questions that are easy, you can make mistakes. And the more you build up that toolkit, the better you'll be able to attack hard questions. So there you have it, a pretty straightforward probability question. Useful to get the basics for probability, and to remind yourself to always be looking for a plan B way of doing things. As always, if you have any questions, you can email me at passportprep.net. I look forward to hearing any questions that you might have, and good luck with your preparation.